Video 05. September 27, 2010. We have news of spacecraft that are approaching the Earth to stand on the major cities next month, coming from the Pleiades. Is this true? We are from the Andromeda Galaxy, which is 2.9 million light-years from the Milky Way, as you call your galaxy. We are very interested in the Milky Way as we unite to be one big galaxy in the near future. Our planet has not yet been catalogued by your scientists due to the distance and the position. The Pleiades are very close to Earth, only 440 light-years. There is a great civilization, and the principal there lives on a planet you call Alderaan. They are an excellent and advanced society and are actually engaged in the survival of several humanoid colonies, including the Earth. They can get here in a few hours inland, with a fleet. Some of their spacecraft are within the limits of your solar system these days doing some operations. I do not know if they will come here, only if they had any particular order for now to interfere with the Earth. I'll try to check it out. They were responsible for imposing law and order situations in various battles fought by ancient civilizations from different planets. But if they come here, they will stay quiet until it is time to help in the process of purging. We'll all be here probably. After the Earth, we have 2 more planets moving from stage to assist. If any of our governments try to attack you, how do you think you or they might react? No chance. If they try to attack anyone, it will have no effect. Not even your primitive atomic weapons. But this will not happen. Your governments have been advised by reptilians that are working with them in preparing for the changes. An elite of your governments made an agreement, which will not be long-lasting, with the reptilians. This breed comes from the galaxy that you call NGC 300 and also from a colony in the Milky Way. They intend to use the Earth together with humans. An elite group of humans would be responsible for mastering and maintaining full control over all citizen human remnants. But there is no room for the 2 civilizations on the planet. Vast majority of humans would have to be considered disposable and would be eliminated according to their plans. Your current governments have been preparing for this for 20 years. The reptilians have already tried to implement it for nearly 70 years without success. You see, they are not bad, but they sometimes use unorthodox methods to get what they need. They are in trouble in some colonies that are allocated on depleted planets and have nowhere to be transferred. The Earth has an extremely nice ambience to them, and they will do everything to come here. They are using the greedy leaders of your own civilizations to solve the problem of excess humans on the planet. If you live in a just society, this would never happen. The Community Galactica will not do anything to prevent the extermination of humans. Look, the reptilians and their partnered human rulers expect natural disasters to eliminate many humans. But if genocide happens without control, our community will take appropriate action. The Pleiadians have had other frictions with the reptilians on other occasions. One aspect of my mission here is to monitor possible sabotage in vulnerable spots on the planet set to
cause
disaster that might be considered natural. Steve, a friend of mine, wonders if you could not appear in an interview, filmed or not, to talk about all that you have told us. Is there any chance? It's not for me to alert your population. I wish it were that easy, Steve. This can only happen when we receive legal authority to directly contact. In a very short time, your populations will be aware that we are here, from Pleiades, Andromeda, or a moon of Aldebaran, which is close to 72 light-years away. All use the portals of transport of the Community Galactica. Regardless of the different distances, all arrive about the same time when we travel through the portals of transport. All these communities want to help. You know, the only thing I can do is to have our sporadic meetings when I have some time to talk. I never know when they will call me back. I know you've noticed a small light flashing on my wrist when I'm leaving, because this is the signal to isolate myself and be teleported. Mike, another friend, asks if you could provide guidance to physicians to assist in researches of our illnesses like AIDS, cancer, among many others. I think this would be greatly welcomed by all humans on Earth. Mike, your illnesses are a symptom of the poisoning of your bodies from products that you produce and consume yourself. The lust for profits means that the industries of the earth are using the means of production and conservation that are not salubrious for the human body in a long term. Other diseases were spread by your own rulers consciously. Other sectors already have adequate treatment, but they are denied by the interest in chemical industries, worried in maintaining these diseases by commercial interests. You should address the sources of those problems and not the consequences. In the case of the consequences, yes, our technology could eliminate completely, but still cannot interact with Earthlings. Soon it will be possible. Carlos asks, for me to ask you if there might be some sort of person exchange between our planets for integration in the Community Galactica. And the criterion for being one of the chosen: IQ, health, age. Carlos, after the beginning of a relationship, I believe it would be a good idea for some kind of person exchange. Of course, this would require preparation both physically and psychologically of travelers. Depending on the area of interest, interchange IQ would be important, but health and age would not interfere. Because physical problems and cell restoration we can solve. In the event of your illnesses, we have no problems. Pernicious microorganisms attack your bodies because your organic system of defense is still stimulated from outside to inside. Procedures exist to make your immune system to be proactive. It starts to predict in advance mutation of any possible aggressor attempting to cheat the system. From then on, the system always wins. Have you or any other crew member eaten something here on the planet? Fruits, vegetables. Yes, some processed fluids of some fruits. You have many tasty things here. But one of my favorite things here is the honey made by bees. We analyzed it, and it is a nutritious product that is chemically fantastic. Remember those little beings you asked about the other day? Well, they come here regularly from their bases on Mars only to collect honey in your forests. And from there, send to other colonies that they have on other planets. I'm sure you could not imagine your honey is used across the galaxy. Mythi, a friend read about the moon in our previous interviews, and would like to know what caused the moon to stop its rotation and show only one face to Earth all the time. Your moon is one of the largest, in proportion to the planet mother, I know. Moon never had rotation. It was formed with a piece of magma, from the planet itself, during a collision with a large asteroid, during the crust formation. All this material was in orbit around Earth, and it was bundled to form the moon. The strength of Earth's gravity attracted a lot of liquid iron ore to the side facing the planet, when it was grouped, making its core off-center. The moon would not rotate even if it wished because it always would stop in the same position due to the off-center iron nucleus. Well, back to the end of the world. If I die in that case, what can I expect next? Interesting question. You immediately become aware of a dimension still within the aura of your home planet. There you find organizations that will instruct on further steps. It's like a big station where you will stay until your departure to a new and improved location. There are portals of frequency for the local transfer determined by your era, all very nice. And there is psychological help for those who are having a disorder caused by ignorance of the process. The portals of the planets are administered by the Blue Beings race. We do not really know their origin as they are extremely old and live in the auras of all the planets that support life. Their society is too advanced by our standards. You will see throughout your development that no matter how much more developed a race is, it still knows little about the universal context. Even being very advanced in relation to you, we're still crawling with respect to the truths of the universe. So do not worry, someone already worried about everything, and you are only an integral part of something much larger. Remember, nothing in the universe disappears, everything moves to another stage. How do you think the Earth transition will start? What will happen first? This is a question I cannot answer because there are many variables. Your society is very vulnerable on this planet. All your transportation, technology, economics, and communications are based on your recent achievements. Not a solid basis. If your satellites are disposed of, it is enough to initiate complete chaos. Your society would recede many decades overnight. A simple magnetic disturbance that is generated by a solar flare or a small variation in gravity caused by a reversal of polarity would cause everything in orbit to be launched into space at the same time. You see, your planet is growing in diameter a little every year. The reason is that the entire volcanic mass that is expelled by its crust is under great pressure and therefore low volume. When this material is exposed, it is at least 3 times its original volume. This causes the crust to increase as a whole and also decreases the internal pressure. This is the why the Moon is an inch away from Earth each year. It is this change in the Earth size where it will grow a little faster during a brief period of time, which causes the Moon to walk away quickly to the point of equilibrium in the set. This may be enough to disrupt the orbits of all your satellites. Besides this detail, a rapid increase in crust produces side effects such as earthquakes, tsunamis, atmospheric instability, which also causes the collapse of all activities of your society for a long period of adaptation. The celestial bodies that will pass through the solar system in these coming events will also have a major impact on this balance between other planets in the system. Another variable in this equation is what governments and extremists want to do to accelerate the depopulation of entire regions. A variable totally unpredictable to us. So, this is a question that I cannot answer at any time.